Hey guys, Kelvin here with another presidential election prediction here. I'm gonna start doing these a lot more often now that we're in the the let's say the month of the two conventions. Republican National Convention and Democratic National Convention are in the mid to late month of July. So we're going to be having two nominees picked. So obviously those are going to be Donald Trump, Hillary Clinton, and on the independent side it's going to be Jill Stein and Gary Johnson. So I wanted to just put this video out there because I wanted to factor in what the third party candidates are going to do to the electoral map for both the Republicans and the Democrats here. So I was discussing with my friend this morning what I thought about the third party candidate Jill Stein and Gary Johnson, what votes they're going to take and where they're going to be taking those votes from. I think Gary Johnson is going to be making more of an impact on Donald Trump than he is Hillary Clinton, of course, because he leans on a more conservative agenda, so we can trust that he's basically Republican, but runs on a more both party, doesn't want to be one major party, because that is biased against, all things are biased against a certain party. So, um, that's why we have independents in this race and election. Jill Stein's going to make more of an advantage for Donald Trump. However, I don't think Jill Stein's going to be on a lot of the polls in this election. I think there's uh, some kind of thing that the Green Party has to go through to get on election ballots to be voted for in November. So I don't think that Jill Stein's going to be much of an impact. I think Gary Johnson's going to make more of an impact on Donald Trump than Jill Stein is on Hillary Clinton. So, to start out with that, Jill Stein making an impact on Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump, a more positive impact, and those who think Hillary Clinton is still a liar, because most of this northern area, northwestern area of Oregon, are probably more of the Democratic, all the way down maybe Portland, and then this part that borders Idaho is probably going to go more to the Republicans. But since the more populated area agrees with the Democrats, we're going to turn Oregon blue for now. I think Oregon will go blue, but if we do have that constant socialist conservative agenda positions that kind of switch over to more of the populated areas, we could be talking about Oregon going red. But for now, I'm going to keep it blue. And same with Nevada. There's going to be more of a rural population over in this part of the state that's going to be going more to the Republicans. But I believe that this part of the state, Las Vegas, and all that mess over on that part of Nevada, is going to be going more to the Democrats, especially since they border California, Oregon, and such. So, Nevada, probably gonna go blue. Pretty explanatory there. Going over here to Colorado, there's been a lot of controversy that Colorado will go um, blue. I think it might go red, but just for the sake of the controversy, and we're going to come back to that, I'm going to make Colorado go blue. And Kansas. Here's the thing about Kansas. This is where Gary Johnson really pushes into Donald Trump's lead. A latest poll, I think, from Public Policy puts Hillary Clinton somewhere between 8-9 victory over Donald Trump in Kansas. So we're going to make Kansas go blue, and we're going to probably persist and maintain that blue in Kansas throughout the predictions that we make through the month and on. And Iowa, which of course has that more of the West Wing conservative message, socialist conservative South, but then has this northern part that's a lot more populated in nature and, well, more of the progressive liberal democratic views. So Iowa will probably pretty also self-explanatory go Democrat. Up here in Michigan, this has been classified as a swing state for this election, mostly because this is in the Rust Belt, and Hillary Clinton's had a lot of, let's just say, interesting past with creating jobs and so is Bill Clinton. So it's going to be interesting what happens up here. But I think these two, Wisconsin and Minnesota, will go blue in this election. But I think Michigan has a good chance of going red in this election. As goes Michigan, 16 electoral votes. So goes Ohio. I think Ohio will go red this election. And that really boosts Donald Trump's chance of winning the election, but I still believe that Donald Trump will not win the election, and I do think that Hillary Clinton will win the election. But going over to Pennsylvania right now, Pennsylvania is self-explanatory. This northern portion, Philadelphia, all that area, will go on more of a liberal, democratic agenda all the way over here. It's got all that area populated that goes for the Democrats. But we also have this area over here, Pittsburgh, and that borders more of the conservative agenda part of the state. There's always two parts of the state. If we go over to California, that is an example of a state that will probably go all blue. To be honest with you, there's not really a Republican part, a conservative part of that. There are conservative voters, nonetheless, but there are really no majority Republican. Like in Illinois, there's a good example. The southern part of Illinois is really, and I live in Illinois, so I should have a good idea of this, but the southern part of Illinois really is Republican. Um, Majority of Illinois actually would be Republican, this whole part of it, but because of Chicago, because of the Quad Cities, because of the northern population agenda, Illinois goes Democrat every single year just because of that. Um, so that is why Democrats would carry that state. But that's also why I have very low confidence in who will carry Pennsylvania, because we have not really a very high populated area, because we have Pittsburgh on one side of the state, we have Philadelphia on the other side of the state. Populations differ a little bit, but um, they do resemble each other a bit. So that's why I have low confidence in who's going to win that election. I feel like Pittsburgh um, will have more of a low voter turnout, especially if there's no candidates for Gary Johnson or Donald Trump. So if there's a low turnout, you can expect Philadelphia put Hillary over the top, 270. But if we happen to have a Trump win there, Philadelphia or Pennsylvania decides to have, or Pittsburgh decides to have a big voter turnout, then right there, you got it. Donald Trump will probably have a very nice lead there in Pennsylvania. And same goes for the one congressional district in Maine, but one congressional district, 3 electoral votes will go for Hillary Clinton. There's no doubt about that. But if the second congressional district here, which is 1 electoral vote, goes for Donald Trump, then we will probably likely have a Trump win there in New Hampshire. So, with that being said, we already have Hillary Clinton winning here, especially if the state of Pennsylvania decides not to vote for Donald Trump. We already have Hillary Clinton winning. But let's say Donald Trump wins here in Pennsylvania. Well, then you can see the lead for Hillary Clinton goes down, and Trump leads the election. All Trump really has to do is win Florida to put him over the top. But if Hillary wins Florida, she wins. So I think in terms of this election, it's really going to come up to Florida to decide who is the winner of this election. And even though Donald Trump loses Florida, Hillary Clinton is still the president of the United States. There's nothing like that. But let's go back here and change Kansas red. And then look at this here. Pennsylvania. Let's see just how shrunken this lead is for Hillary Clinton. So let's say Pennsylvania goes blue, and let's say Florida goes red. We still have a President Trump. So, like I said, I believe that Kansas will go blue. I believe that Pennsylvania will probably go blue. I believe Florida will go red. But you can see Hillary Clinton is still the President of the United States. So, just to bring this up here for a second, 128 days to the election. This electoral map not going to be the same November 1st. I can promise you that. Um, it is currently the 2nd of June, July, and November 8th, or 8th, so far away, going to be completely different. But I have confidence in this map right now. But let's say let's play out the scenario here. Let's say Donald Trump makes the auto industry really mad with something that he says. We got a blue state there, we got a blue state there. That puts them in the lead there. But let's say coal country gets mad at Donald Trump as well. Let's say he says that natural resources are stupid or something. Oh, natural resources are stupid. We need to cut all those jobs. Well, then you can count on it. Kentucky might go Democrat for that, and as well as Indiana. So if that were to happen, then that would be all up to if Donald Trump made the whole country mad, which he probably won't. But then we got that fracking for Hillary Clinton. People think Hillary Clinton supports fracking. Then we have that whole area out there. Go Republican. There we go. Hillary Clinton supports fracking. There's your win right there, Donald Trump. And even then, look at that lead. That's not much of a lead at all, according to this map. 281 to 257. Even then, Hillary Clinton still got a massive lead over Donald Trump. Let's say Donald Trump says something about gay marriage that people don't like. Latino voters. Donald Trump says stuff about Latino voters, stuff that gay marriage doesn't like. We're just going to keep this going. Donald Trump. Bill Clinton performs well in Arkansas, and then Donald Trump makes the working class mad because of some of his views, and then Donald Trump talks about how farmers are terrible people. Well, I over-exaggerated there a little bit, but let's say some of that did happen. Here's your map, right here. Donald Trump insults so many people. That could be the map, actually. But we're going to reset this map here and look at the real toss-up map for this election. You can see there we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 toss-up states there that will likely go mostly Democrat. Like I said, Nevada, Colorado, Kansas, Iowa, Wisconsin, Ohio go red, Pennsylvania blue, North Carolina red, Vermont or Virginia there. Hillary Clinton is probably gonna be the president. And yeah, you guys probably just heard that there. That was a firework. The magics of the 4th of July, folks. It is amazing here in the neighborhood. Fireworks everywhere. So you just heard that firework, and that's going to conclude the video today. Because that just scared the heck out of me there. But, there you go. Hillary Clinton wins the presidency, in my opinion, just because she'll probably take Donald Trump's key states in this election. And thanks for watching another election prediction, probably sometime early next week. Thanks for watching, and bye.